So I'm joined this morning by Dominic Bascombe and Ian Hayes from the Union Equity. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, Ted.
Good morning, Dominic. How are you today?
Hi, Ted. I'm very well, thank you.
Right. First of all, Dominic, what effect has the COVID crisis had on
Well, it's had an
Equity
impact
as an
on
organisation?
us as an organisation for obviously the members of staff that are there and the way that we operate. So primarily talking about the membership, obviously the work that they are doing has declined considerably, but it's had a huge impact for members and the organisation in itself.
So Ian, what sort of support have you been providing for members?
Equity's allocated some of its kind of reserves into what we call our benevolent fund, because obviously we were very aware from the outset of the lockdown in March that this is severely going to have a detrimental effect on the finances of our members. It distributed £1,240,000 to our members. There is a small residue left, but that will go towards helping members in terms of paying their equity subscriptions for next year. We're also providing lots of help and support and advice for our members, including all matters related to trying to claim benefits or the self-employed income support scheme. And we're also continuing the legal work that we do, Dominic and myself, for example. If our members have had work cancelled or they're not paid for work that's not directly COVID related, we do strive to get them monies that they're owed.
We've had a few members who've contacted us with questions about what's happening. Jackie from Leeds, she's an independent producer. She hasn't been doing it for very long and therefore has fallen through a lot of the safety nets that the government have put in place. Obviously, Equity can't financially support all its members through this crisis. So how would you go about contacting Equity to get this advice and guidance?
In the first instance, what I would say we said to all members is, one, keep up to date with the website. So on the website itself, we've been updating the guides pretty much as things have changed. Also, as a member, she'll be able to access the tax and welfare advice line. And that line, I got to say, is actually really brilliant. I think we are pretty much the only union that offers a telephone advice line for members in that sense, because we recognize that we're talking about members that aren't working in a traditional kind of capacity. Ian talked about the actual funding that we have provided. In a case where we can't, unfortunately, if we're unable to give any particular welfare grant, the helpline again does point to other grants that have been made available from different organizations as well. And so it could be a way to talk through what Jackie or others might be eligible for as well on that. And the last point I would probably make is that there's a practical side of it that we're focusing on, but there's also the campaigning side that we have to do, and we are doing, every single day.
Equity has been in constant touch and lobbying the government centrally, the DCMS as well. We've also lobbied the opposition parties. Some of them are quite sympathetic to the plight of our members in terms of wanting to sort of put some finances in place to help and assist these 40% freelancers who are basically slipped beneath or through the floorboards.
And what we are very keen on ensuring is that there are certain basic elements that we have to maintain, have to keep our focus on. So things like equalities has been a big aspect for us as well. Equalities is one of the pillars that we are arguing for that. And so that means, one, ensuring that the industry as a whole is properly diverse and doesn't regress in what has been achieved over the years.
Also because of kind of some of the negativity arising from the Lawrence Fox interview, Paul's really keen to kind of restructure and amend what we're doing in terms of working with our black members as well.
Engagement with these sort of topics, as Ian has mentioned, including Black Lives Matter, including how venues and how theatre and various places actually respond to that as well, is a key part of it. We've got our various committees that focus on equality strands, but also it's about working within the region and nationally about supporting members and conversely supporting the venues. Because what I think we have found with the Black Lives Matter movement, the great things I think, is that it's made venues, it's made theatres think about what they are doing, how they're operating, how they are engaging properly. And so for us, it's opportunity to ensure that they set standards in place and are properly able to welcome all of our members within there as well.
It's great to find out a little bit more from you about how Equity is supporting members, both in these very difficult times for our industry and also in the good times as well. So thanks very much for joining us today on Billboard, and we look forward to seeing the fresh face of Equity with your new General Secretary going forward.
Thank you very much, Ted.
Thank you very much, Ted. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.